Hey guys, so today I am filming April empties. I don't have a ton, but if you watched my May challenge, I don't know. I'm getting ready to do this May challenge. It starts tomorrow for me. It's April 29th today. So it starts tomorrow for me, and hopefully I can finish off a bunch of things that I'm working on. My goal is to declutter or use up, I'm not sure if I made that clear in the last video, 30 items, and I'm on a no-buy for the month of May. So I'm really excited to get that started. So if you haven't checked that video out, check that one out. So let me just get started. It was mascara month for sure. I finished off, I think I finished this off maybe actually in March. I don't know. But anyways, this ended up in my empties box for April. This is the Marc Jacobs mascara in Velvet Noir. It is done. Do you see how thick and goopy it is? Doesn't seem like there's a ton of product left in there. It lasted for 3.5 to 4 months. So I'm not disappointed in that at all. I thought it was a really great mascara. I attempted to repurchase it. I will show you what happened, or I'll tell you about that in my haul video for April. So I really did like this. I will repurchase it again. The next product I have is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. In my opinion, I feel like the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir and the Too Faced Better Than Sex are kind of comparable in a way, except I think the Marc Jacobs is way better. The formula for me lasted really well. I've heard, which I've never had, I've heard the full sizes of these dry out very, very quickly once you open them and start using them. I have issues with just these little sample size drying out very quickly. This one dried out on me, and the formula just gets so flaky and so yucky. But I feel like the Marc Jacobs mascara does a very similar thing to this one, and without all of the drama with the formula. So I personally prefer that mascara over this one. I feel like they have a very similar wand. Let me see if that's true. I can't remember. Yeah, so see, they have a very similar wand. They're both, I believe, to be fiber mascaras. I just think there's a lot of similarities. I think that maybe Marc Jacobs just improved upon this formula, possibly. That's just personal opinion. And then I have an oldie. This is like my all-time favorite mascara. This is the MAC Opulash in Optimum Black. I love this mascara. It just does great things for my lashes. It is my go-to everyday mascara. It's the one that if I need my eyelashes to look good for a whole day, for 16 hours, for whatever, I don't need a primer with it. It doesn't transfer. It just works so well for me. It makes my lashes look great. I believe this may have some fibers in it too. The only thing, I think the wand is a little bit large on this, but I love it so much. I've learned how to work with it. It does just fine on me. So anyways, I absolutely love this. This is an all-time favorite, a definite repurchase for me. Next I have the Boots No. 7 Concealer in Light. This was actually too light for me, but I dug in there and got as much as I possibly could out. There was actually almost another 3 weeks worth of use down in this tube. So I went through this so quickly that I was like, let me dig down in there and see. I really like this concealer. I've mentioned it before. The first ingredient is chalk. I don't know. I don't know that that would be great for dry skin, but it worked really well on my oily skin. Yeah, I really like it. It's different. I don't know that it's for everybody, but it's really cheap if you are interested in trying it. It has really good ingredients in it. It doesn't have any silicone in it, which I really like. Depending on the brand, I tend to range from a light to a medium. And I was definitely not a light in this one. The light in this one was very, very light. It looked chalky on me. I had to kind of play with it to make it work, but I did want to go ahead and make it work. I did repurchase this. I bought it in light medium, and I'm not sure if that's quite my color. I'm going to try the medium one and see which one works best for me. The light medium one is kind of a strange, it's almost a khaki color. It's interesting. If I think about it, I will swatch that for you at some time. The next product I have is this Balance Me Wonder Eye Cream. I got this, I believe, in a Birchbox. It's 99% natural ingredients. I don't know. Usually the 1% is a preservative of some sort. I thought it was nice. I thought it was very moisturizing. I could wear it during the day. It didn't make my makeup move around. I thought it was really nice. I like my Caudalie better. This is a third of the price of the Caudalie, but I don't like it more than the Caudalie, if that makes sense. I thought they were kind of similar. Like, I thought this was nice, but I don't think it's a repurchase nice for me. I believe the full size of this is $35, and I just feel like that's expensive for an eye cream that I have something I like better, even if that eye cream is like way more expensive, if that makes sense. Yeah, it didn't feel like it did anything as far as like fine lines and wrinkles and all that stuff goes. It just kept a good even level of moisturization around my eyes, but I feel like my Caudalie does a better job of that. I think that's what I've been trying to say for the last minute. My husband gave me this. He does not use shave cream and ended up with it at some point. No. This is like yucky. No, I do not like shave. I don't know. I guess technically this is called a shave cream, shaving cream, but I don't like these kind of aerosol foams, shaving foams. I don't think they're creamy at all. I get razor burn from them. There's not enough lubrication for the razor. This was just like that. I didn't like it. It was easy to use up, so I went ahead and finished it. I thought it was funny though. It has a really strong lavender scent to it. It smells like a man, but it also has a very like, I could smell the lavender in it, and I was like, that's kind of strange. You know, definitely wouldn't repurchase that. Didn't like it. Yucky. I just finished this off a couple days ago. This is the Celebrate Hand and Body Lotion. I have talked about this before as a fail. Let me see how to put it. I don't necessarily think the product itself is a fail, but I think it is a terrible hand cream in my opinion. I hate hand creams that are greasy, that don't absorb quickly, that get all over everything and make a greasy mess. That is not my thing. I hate it. And I don't like to use those. I ended up using this as a body lotion. It was just fine as a body lotion. Although, you know, it still had kind of that same effect where it just kind of sat on the skin for a minute and then it would finally absorb. Much less annoying on the body as it was on my hands. I couldn't handle it on the hands. I have another one of these I'm going to work through. It smelled really good. It smells like Fruity Pebbles. I'm not sure if this is a wintertime limited edition scent or if this is like something they carry all the time. I personally won't repurchase it again, but it was a nice moisturizing lotion. Another product from Lush that I finished up was the Snowcake soap. I'm certain that this is a wintertime. It reminded me of, I'm having trouble remembering if it's marzipan or nougat. I think it's nougat that it reminded me of. It's kind of like fluffy and soft, and it has this kind of like, it's not a mushy texture at all. The soap is hard, but it feels kind of like soft. I just can't explain it whatsoever. But it has this nice feeling to it. It smells very, very nice, very subtle. It was a very moisturizing soap. I actually shaved with it as I used it up. I really enjoyed this, and I totally would pick this up again. Yeah. I don't know if that's marzipan or nougat. I'm not sure. Like, I'm having a blank right now on exactly what marzipan is. So, anyways, nice. A lot of you guys noticed last time I had a lot of perfume samples. I am trying to get my perfume samples under control. I don't have that many. I have less than 20. I'm trying to keep it. I want to get it under 10 and keep it there. I don't want a bunch of perfume samples anymore. I like using them though, and I like getting them, and I like using the perfume, and I like trying them. So I'm just trying to get them out and not have so many all the time. But anyway, so I went through some perfume samples this month. I went through Flower by Kenzo. I did really like this. It was very, very powdery at first, and then it kind of went into like the sweet finish. I thought it was very nice. I thought it was very fresh and very young. I could see anyone from like a teenager to an elderly person wearing this. I just thought it was very classic and good. However, it's not a repurchase for me because it has something in it that doesn't make me sick, but if I'm like kind of feeling headachy a little bit, it has the potential to kind of trigger a big headache. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sure some of you guys with perfume sensitivities will know what I'm talking about. So it's not like I enjoyed it, but I could feel that. I was like, okay, you know, I can't, this is something I couldn't wear all the time. And then once it kind of makes me sick, I'll never be able to wear it again. So I know better than to buy this, but I did really enjoy it. This is Cartier La Panthere. Spicy floral, powdery, musky. It kind of reminded me of a men's cologne with a definite floral notes. I did like this a lot. I like this, but as it wore on me through the day, it kind of reduced to just a powdery scent. It lost some of its fullness, it lost some of the subtleties, and so it's not something I would repurchase, but I did enjoy trying that out. Michael Kors Rose Radiant Gold. This reminded me a lot of the original Michael Kors. I used to wear that back in, I think it was when I first started college. It was a long time ago, and this reminded me a lot of that. I can't, since it's been so long, I couldn't really pinpoint the differences, but I felt like this one had a very oily, does anyone know what I'm trying to say when I say something smells kind of oily? It's not a bad thing, but it's like very like rich and heavy and clean at the same time. I don't know the word for that note, but I really, it does smell like that to me. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's oily. If you guys know what I'm trying to say, please let me know. But I felt that it was oily and floral, very mature but fresh, heavy but crisp. So that was how I would describe this. Dolce & Gabbana Floral Drops. I found this one to be very balanced, very powdery and floral, but very clean at the same time. And I really liked this one as well, but it didn't last on me. So I didn't find any new must-have perfumes this month, but I did enjoy wearing all of them. I didn't have any weird reactions to them, and yeah, so good month for perfume samples. A skincare product that I've been using, this is like a mail order type program, as seen on TV, I'm not sure, but anyways, this is one of those things you have to be in the club to get. Someone gave me this because you guys know how those things are. You have the subscription and they're shipping you the product faster than you can use it, so you end up with a bunch of extra boxes. Someone gave me this because they did exactly that. This is the Derm Exclusive PM Micro Peel Resurfacing Pads. These are glycolic pads. I think they're okay. Yeah, I don't have any issues with them. They're working for me. I feel like I've tried similar products from other brands. I wouldn't join the subscription just to get these glycolic pads, but I do like them. I hesitate, it's been so long, I hesitate to compare them to anything, but I do think they're effective and I like them, so yeah. This is the Perricone MD Face Finishing Moisturizer. This was just chock full of a bunch of things that I was afraid to put on my face, so I did use it on my chest. So I can't say too much about it. It did feel very nice. I was surprised it smelled so much like rose. Oh, it smells just like rose water. I love rose water. I love rose. But yeah, I don't have really any things. It was very moisturizing. It felt nice on the skin, and don't really have anything else to say about it. Finally finished this off. This was really exciting. This has been hanging around in my life for a really long time. This is the Pcksniff's Aroma Sensory Lavender and Vetiver. I got this in like a hand soap and hand lotion set from Marshall's, and I used it all the way until here as a hand soap or as a hand lotion, but I was getting burnt out on the scent. I was just over it, so I kind of put it up and intended to use the rest of it on my body. While I was using it as a hand lotion, I thought it was great. I thought it was moisturizing, blah, 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 blah. When I switched and started using it on my body, I thought it was terrible. I never wanted to use it again. It kind of reminded me of Bath & Body Works lotions. You know, you put them on, not the creamy lotions they have, but just the regular, like, just the regular lotions. It reminded me of those. You would put it on, and then like an hour later you were kind of dry and itchy, and no. So didn't care for this. I won't purchase it again just because it's such a big bottle. Even if I did like it on my hands, you know, there's no way. That's a lot of hand cream, so I wouldn't buy that again. Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. This has been like at least one project of mine. I finally finished this up. I do really like this. It removes my makeup really, really well. There was my progress lines. Yeah, this is a great makeup remover. It's inexpensive. It takes my eye makeup off. I have absolutely no complaints except for I got to looking at the ingredients and it has parabens in it. So I don't think I'm going to repurchase this. As much as I like to try these kind of products anyways, I'll probably just play around and not want to repurchase it. But I was kind of thinking about it because it was such a nice product. I was kind of thinking getting the smaller size. I might just play around a little bit more and try to look for something paraben free. I'm not officially anything free. I'm not officially natural. I'm not officially anything. I do try to make some better decisions sometimes when I think about it. I do try to be conscious of what's going on around me and what's going in my products and all of those things. And so, yeah, I might look into this year kind of thinking about parabens a little bit and try to eliminate some of those from my collection if I remember to do it. I keep forgetting about it already. So we'll see how that goes for the year. But as for now, this isn't something that I am going to repurchase. This is definitely not something I am going to repurchase. Oh, this is the Attitude Live Consciously Daily Shower Cleaner. I cannot find, I guess they have discontinued. I had the 7th generation daily shower cleaner. It was like leaf and mandarin or something. Oh my gosh, it was the most amazing shower cleaner that I have ever used in my entire life. You just sprayed it on, your shower was like spotless. It didn't matter if you used it every day. It didn't matter if you remembered to just do it a couple times a week. It was amazing. This stuff, on the other hand, was awful. I clean my shower at least once a week. And then I would spray this on several times a week and it would just not do anything at all. So it didn't do anything. And then if you weren't really careful to make sure it got rinsed off like extremely well, it would leave like this weird residue in the water. Like even touching it, it's got this weird like feeling to it. Do not like it, do not recommend it. I would steer way clear. I think the Method shower cleaner, although not as good as the 7th generation, is better than this one. Would never ever ever pick this one up again. And yay, the last product I have is the Simply Right Moisturizing Body Wash. Yay! This is the last one of these I have. My grandmother gave these to me. She gave me 3. She bought a 3-pack of them, used a little bit out of it, and decided it wasn't for her. I didn't have any like major complaints with it. The formula was a little bit thin, but I also felt like it was a little bit inconsistent. Like this bottle was a lot better than the last bottle that I used. So I don't know. It kind of reminded me of Dove. I would probably just stick with Dove instead of seeking this out. I think this is something that you get at Sam's Club. Yeah, I wouldn't go for this again. Alright, so anyways, that is all I have for my empties for April. So I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!